Hey, Chance or Star Wars Paladin here. Yeah, one of those. Um, it's a Star Wars video, so it's Star Wars Paladin. Um, I've been talking to my friends a lot about what we've been actually seeing in the trailer videos, and I wanted to go through the trailer videos and actually explain to everybody what I've been talking about. I haven't done this for a couple of reasons in the past, but I finally decided they keep releasing these teasers, and I don't see a problem with this anymore. So we're gonna slowly go through a couple of Strongholds trailers, and I want to show you a couple things that I'm talking about. So this is the new one. It just got posted today, I think. See the logo, obviously. Okay, this is the Coruscant apartment. This is the main room. They keep showing this room over and over again. You see chairs, droids. Notice the droids aren't moving. You see people, but it doesn't say who these people are. Shows four or five people. These chairs, and we've seen these chairs. What are they called? Temple chairs. And some other furniture, but don't know if we can move the furniture or not. Don't know if this carpet's placed here. Don't know if these lights are placed here. Don't know if this banner's placed here. So, or if the plant, the statue of Jesus, or okay. Coruscant Skyrise. Okay. I know those aren't actually statues of Jesus. I just, for some reason, that's what comes to mind when I see them. This is another shot of that room. There's another carpet. You see more plants. Some of the lighting. And how cool would it be, like, if there was actually dynamic lighting, if you place lighting and it created lighting. So I hope when you get this that it is an absolutely empty room. Again, don't know. They haven't explained it to anybody. It still shows. Okay, so this is. That was the room we were just in, and you saw people in there. Don't know. You see more people in here. Now, you start to wonder, okay, is this, what class? This is a Skrull, so are these just her companions? Because that looks a lot like a companion. And this is probably a consular, and I just don't recognize that companion because I haven't played everybody. So you can leave the comments down below of if you think that these are all just companions from the ship or not. More banners. Not a big fan of banners. I don't know why somebody would have banners in their house. It's just weird, but whatever. Hopefully those aren't stuck there so people can adjust them. More lighting. I assume there's supposed to be a door here, but that the door is just open. And you start to see, I love this shelf. I hope these shelves are functional, or if they're not functional, that we can move them around or whatever. Also notice that there's security in here. You may not have noticed that. If it goes by really fast, why would you have security in your house if your companions are already armed to the teeth? But whatever. This is another new room. I mean, these are all new rooms, but this is a new room. Some kind of control panel, maybe a security control panel. More, I guess these are companions, I don't know. Now, but here's where things get interesting, because I've been talking to my friends a lot about this one. There's a pod racer. There is one of those ship, oh, what are they called? Ship simulators. And then look in the very, 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 very back, you see high poly, I can't remember. Another speeder, and you look in the back, there's another one. So, we'd always been talking about, well, is your apartment eventually going to get big enough to where you could have like a garage? Obviously, it doesn't say how many rooms it's supposed to be, but so far this is what, our third or fourth room. These places look plenty big. At least this one does, and I assume the Sky Palace on Nar Shaddaa is going to be big too. So, more lighting, holograms. I'm a huge fan of holograms. There's a giant force-fielded window here, which, doesn't do you any good, because it's not like we own anything that actually fly around Coruscant, although that would be cool. I'm sure that's not coming. Also, you see here, not sure what that is. Looks like I have no idea. Just Star Wars stuff. Some kind of dinner table or a conference room table. I don't know. So let's keep going. Now, here's our... Oh, she has lightsabers, so she's either a knight or a consular, except I don't recognize him, so I'm sure she's a consular. Didn't get to pause it fast enough, but it's okay. It's nothing you hadn't seen in the other shot. So now she, if this is the same girl, is walking upstairs. This is also something that we had been talking about. Why, or how many floors are there going to be? Why do they keep mentioning stairs in the videos if there isn't going to be multiple floors? When are these multiple floors going to come out? How much these multiple floors going to cost? So in this one, they make it very clear that this is a multiple level apartment. And in that last shot, you saw more NPCs that didn't make any sense. I also think that was a different girl. And here you see a guy, presumably Jedi Knight, in a bedroom, which makes this like room number 5 if you don't count the stairs. More temple chairs. Some, I don't know, is that his climate control? Master bed. Another shelf. Some stuff for his clothes, I guess. Some closet. No. The words are escaping me right now. Just dressers. Some kind of weird futuristic dressers, I guess. Another little table. Hopefully all this stuff is placeable and not just a carbon copy of everybody else's like the ships. And also maybe I'm hoping that this transfers to the ships somehow, eventually someday, so we can just customize the ship however we want. And there was a potted plant back there that it switches by right there in the back right corner. I'm hoping you can add a lot more potted plants. So far this is only the second plant we've seen. Hoping there's a lot more plants. It says celebrate with friends. Okay, so this is either another room or this is the main room that's been redone up again. But you see some lady statue, a picture of a hut. Don't know if it's because these are achievements or new things that you're gonna buy, and there's a Sith Datacron looking thing and some kind of, I don't know, is that a fireplace? Don't know who these people are, if they're companions. But it says your friends, so I guess these are supposed to be other people, and they're supposed to be cheering that you just got your new uber rare statue that you bought off the cartel market or whatever, I don't know. Also notice the carpet, so I guess this could be maybe room number 6. Now, this brings up a whole list of questions, because if the house, this is implying that the houses and the items are going to be customizable and interesting enough to where everybody's going to want to show off their room. People showing off their room is very important, coming from UO. Excuse me. where that's most of what people did, was show off the stuff that they'd done. Everybody's really proud of their houses. They're really proud of all the things that they'd accomplished and got. And since none of that's really on your ship, except to like, oh wow, you got a GTN, sure, go ahead and use it if you want. That's, you know, that's convenience stuff. It doesn't show off a whole lot besides that you bought it, which is handy. Or like, oh cool, you dropped a repair droid. Yes, I dropped a repair droid, go ahead and use it. But this is showing that there's actually going to be, it's not a level of competitiveness, but almost a positive level of pride to, hey, come over and see my new statue. And that's totally fine. This is going to, if they pull this part off right, this is going to get a lot of people into it, because they're all going to want to not one-up each other, but have something personal in a game and a universe that they love and be able to share it with each other. Now there's people dancing again, I assume, like you called your trooper friend over and wanted to dance with him, I guess. And I'm not sure if that's a room or not, or if it's just another part of the room. You see a third bush or potted plant or whatever you want to call it in the background. I guess maybe that's supposed to be your friend's role playing. Now here's room. This is a wider shot of the same room. I guess we'll call this room 6 or something. Again, it looks like another conference room though. And that's the ship travel icon? I don't know. The ship travel thing. There's C2N2 again. Not sure if he just randomly stands there, or, I mean, that's all he really does. We keep wondering if your companions are actually going to walk around and do stuff. That's something that they don't do on the ship. That's really frustrating. They only do it in the cutscenes, and we're hoping that your companions actually walk around and do stuff now. Okay, now I assume this is going to be what, room number 7. These are little the little friends you can get, that like the non-combat pets. Not these. I don't know where those came from, or if those things you can just place. But these little guys, I call him a garbage can droid. I forget what his name is. They're very expensive though, and that's a different model of the McKeb droid. And then some of the little itty bitty astromechs. Unfortunately, like, this video confirms that at least so far they just stand there. I don't know what the point of that is. I think it would be funny to have little mouse droids and little astromech droids buzzing around doing things. Like having C2N2 walking around actually cleaning things like they did in that April Fool's video a couple of years ago. I don't know. They're just sitting there idle. I'm not sure how cool that's going to be. Except, one thing is they look super high res, which is nice. I don't know if that's rendering that they've done, but those droids certainly don't look like that on mine, even with my settings turned all the way up. But that could be a new res pack. Or maybe when you go into your apartment, everything's upscaled. I don't know. But the droids look great. And I don't even recognize those astromech droid skins, so. But you're supposed to be able to take your existing stuff and put it here, not have to get new stuff, at least for the speeder part and for this part. You don't have to rebuy everything. But unfortunately, they don't move around right now. Hopefully in the future, you can set a couple of them to go buzz around. Here's this room again, I think. See, that room's got the huge picture window. Yeah. no, it's kind of a half-size. And this one's a full-sized one, so this is maybe another version of the room back at the beginning. See, it's got the curly. Yeah, it's another version of the room back at the beginning. So get your own Skyrise apartment. Early access opens August, hopefully if everything goes according to plan. So, it's only a 50-second long video, but about 16 minutes of analysis there. So let's go do the, I want to contrast this with the last one, so hold on. Alright, so, not doing these in order because I wanted to do the newest one first because I think it's important to see it from I don't know, I like to read and everything, read comics and watch movies and stuff backwards. I don't like to read books backwards, but this stuff I think makes more sense to me at least to watch it backwards. So this is the Nar Shaddaa video, and I'm going to explain how I want to show how things have progressed. So we're going to do this frame by frame. Okay.
I'm Jack Wood, producer at BioWare Austin.
Okay. Yeah, they switched. They actually took down the Nar Shaddaa Sky Palace video, so I had to go on YouTube and grab it.
Welcome to the Star Wars: The Old Republic Galactic Living series.
Hey, Jack.
In episode 1, we're going.
It's Nar Shaddaa. I assume again that the taxi drops you off. It didn't really show how you got to the one on Coruscant, but it implies at least that a taxi drops you off.
I'm going to give you a tour.
And there's a droid. Doesn't explain what the droid's doing. There's some cargo. Would be cool if you could place the cargo there or decide to put more cargo or less cargo, but not sure.
Of our Nar Shaddaa.
So here's looking in. At least that's the implication. There's more people. I guess that's security. You notice security in the Coruscant one too. Not sure if that's going to be optional or not. I know some people would not like that, and that's their prerogative, but what if you wanted to have more security? What if you wanted to have huge battle droids? I don't know. Lots of little kiosks and knickknacks and holograms and lighting. Again, not sure. Hopefully get to place that stuff there.
Sky Palace. Players can make their home high above the glowing skyscrapers in Nar Shaddaa.
Yep, Nar Shaddaa looks really cool. And I would almost say that Nar Shaddaa looks cooler than Coruscant. Time will tell. They didn't really give close-ups out the humongous windows in Coruscant. Bless you. But you can see really, really clearly out the Nar Shaddaa Sky Palace, and so hopefully Coruscant ends up looking this cool also. Because, bless you, because it makes you feel like you're actually there.
Known as the Smuggler's Moon, this
I guess this would be, bless you, I guess this would maybe be considered room 2 if you count the outside as room, or the outside inside as room 1. It doesn't really say where they were coming from. It also, bless you, I also noticed that it was showing the bounty hunter ship flying around.
Smuggler's Moon.
And then it's showing a bounty hunter. That's some kind of maybe cantina or bar or something.
World cityscape is the dual faction planet for Strongholds.
I don't know if that's supposed to be one room.
Strongholds. planet for strong.
No. Okay, so this must be room. Bless you. Blah, 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 blah. This would be room 2, I guess, if you count the outside, and then the bar, I guess. You directly come in and it would be the bar. Cantina, whatever. This would be room 2. Which looks like the master bedroom, but you can tell. Bless you. When I look at this, it looks like a less polished version of the bedroom in Coruscant. Which is fine, and I think that shows a lot of the progression. You just saw the new stuff. Now we look at the old one, you'll see that things are placed around the room, which maybe that had meant that they had just got things to attach to walls. And I think this answers a lot of the questions as to what can be placed around, because there's like a footlocker, a potted plant, another little footlocker, the master bed, another plant, and so. But I'm looking at the artwork of this. I want to call it a rug, but I don't know what it is. It does look like this was placed here. I mean, obviously it was placed here, but hoping that you can decide whether or not you want this to be here or change the colors. But also look at the highlighting of the windows or force fields or whatever these are. I'm hoping you can change this too. It would be nice to have like blue, green. If you're a Sith, maybe red, I don't know. But then maybe it's stuck like this, but all you can change is the color. So maybe this changes from a blue highlight to blue highlight, or maybe for 300 cartel coins you can change this to black blue and black blue. Maybe by poking a color crystal into your climate control system or room control or whatever.
Strongholds can be
another brand new plant right there.
customized.
Alright, this would be room 3, maybe. Kind of a social area that's not the cantina. Lots of kiosks, some little benches, and little holograms or potted plants, I can't tell. Random NPCs, just like the other one. Doesn't explain what the random NPCs are, what they're doing, if they just stand there. And chairs, which is cool. I assume that they place those chairs, that you'll be able to place those chairs, hopefully different chairs, although those chairs look really cool, but I don't know. And more decorations on the wall, but it would be nice again to be able to change the decorations to whatever you want. Level of customization is what really is the big question I have, because this looks like the little 3D monster table. I apologize, I forget what it's called, but I know you're not going to be able to play that, but is that just an animation, or is that because you can place your emote there? Is that something you'll be able to buy with cartel coins, or is it something that's going to be a loot off an ops boss? They're not really saying how you're going to be able to get all this yet, but it would be cool if maybe 80% of this stuff was crafting, but they haven't said anything about a new crafting skill. But maybe synth weavers could make couches. I don't know, maybe cybertechs could make different sized tables, desks, and shelves. But then it begs the question, why haven't we seen the armor stands, the weapon stands?
In a variety of ways.
And again, there's more random NPCs standing around.
There are countless possibilities.
This will be room number 4. There's some trophies, trophy room, in case you know the bounty hunter, but tons more random NPCs standing around. Doesn't really explain why. I don't know. I don't really know what to think about that.
And even future opportunities to expand with balconies.
There's the balcony they were talking about. I don't know if that's gonna be room number 5 or if the balconies each count as rooms. I mean, didn't they already show a balcony? Because don't you have to come in on a balcony? So this is an additional balcony, which would boost the rooms up to somewhere like 6 or 7. They show stairs, but as you saw in the Coruscant one, the implication is that those stairs actually go up to more rooms.
Staircases and more.
And is the staircase going to count as a room? And I would argue maybe yes, because you see various things frozen in carbonite. But then it's like, well, how do you get things frozen in carbonite? Are you going to be able to go around the galaxy and freeze stuff and throw it in here? Is there going to be actual bounty hunting? Like, real bounty hunting? And then who are these NPCs standing around?
Owning a sky palace puts you on top of
And then that's the outside shot.
the world in Nar Shaddaa. Make it yours.
Yeah. Okay. So that's both the Coruscant apartment and the Nar Shaddaa Sky Palace. I'll do one of these every time they release a new one. The only other one I know about that's in the works is the Tatooine Moisture Farm, which is something I've been bitching about for a long time, so I'm glad they're doing that. It seemed like a no-brainer, so it both makes me happy that they're doing it, but questions why it wasn't a part of what they were doing immediately. Like, I would have opened with the Tatooine Moisture Farm. I would have said, yes, we heard you guys, we agree with you guys. A Coruscant apartment is obvious. It's a no-brainer. It's a given. I'm glad that they didn't just do it safe and say, we're going to make a Nar Shaddaa apartment too. So I'm glad Nar Shaddaa is a Sky Palace, although I think Sky Palaces are weird. I think they're really weird. But remember, these are going to be costing around 7.5, 8.5 mil a piece with the amount of rooms that they have out now. So every time you see one of these, oh, I want this one, oh, I want that one, plan on 8 to 9 mil per, not counting the guild ship. Remember, the Nar Shaddaa one's free if you've signed up early enough, so you don't have to worry about that one. I don't care about the Coruscant one. I can't stand Coruscant. And the whole apartment thing just irritates me. The Sky Palace is cool, but I'm hoping at least that they imply that you actually own that thing and that you're not just renting it. I hope, you own it, whereas with this apartment or whatever, is that like a condo? I mean, I want to know what the leasing agreement is. Like, do you actually get to feel like you own it, right? Like, I own my ship, but I own my ship, but I'm not able to customize it at all. So again, I hope customizations come to the ships too. But I guess I'm still left. I have a million small questions which I brought up, but I'm still left with the big question, which is, are they actually going to be doing one of these for every single planet? And are the rooms basically just going to be copy pastes of each other? Like, a couple of those Coruscant rooms looked a lot like Nar Shaddaa rooms, just with different stuff in them and a different, green screen. Back, desktop wallpaper animated going on outside. And, they both had stairs and they both had, I'm wondering if it's just, you get 7 cubes, 5 cubes, 2 balconies, stairs, a couple more rooms, and that's it, or if the rooms are actually going to be interesting shapes, like the Nar Shaddaa Sky Palace, the bedroom looked circular. But is that actually going to be a bedroom, or can we make any room be the bedroom? Can you sleep in the cantina if you want? Like, do you have to have a bedroom at all? Can that be something else? Or can you sleep next to your speeders in the garage? And even though there's supposed to be at least 7 rooms in the Nar Shaddaa Sky Palace, they only show maybe 4. And then they tease the stairs and the balcony. So, the level of customization is going to be key. Figuring out why all those NPCs are there is going to be key. If the druid, or if the companions that you put in there, your companions and the little non-combat pets, if you know how much they're going to actually do. And if there's actually going to be one of these on every planet, because I'm sure I'm not the only one that just goes blah to Nar Shaddaa and Coruscant, who's more interested in Tatooine. I would have one on Ord Mantell. I would have a freaking fort, like a castle on Ord Mantell. But I'm sure there's a lot of people that would want to live on Alderaan. And on the Republic side, you live next to the Organas, and on the Empire, you live next to, what is it, Thule? I can't remember. But, you know, what about people that want some kind of a poison factory on Quesh? You know, what about the people that want to live in an arms factory on Corellia or whatever? Roleplay, of course, just give you a blank room and let you set it up however you want it. Or about people that want to live on a wrecked out, you know, building on Taurus, or a frozen ship hole on Hoth. You know, these are all things they haven't answered yet. But we'll see how fast they can crank them out. They've only shown 2, and they've been working on this for several months. So I'm hoping that everything's done now, and all they're doing is creating them. Because imagine how much of a gold sink it's going to be if they can produce 12 or 13 of these at 8 mil apiece. You know, I mean, you're talking about being able to absorb potentially hundreds of millions. And you think that's not a lot, but with the gold farming situation going on right now, the gold farmers, the gold sellers, the bots, the scams, the hacks, and all the laundering, 100 mil is not that much anymore. So they need a way to take all that money out. Once that money's out, it's going to take years to replace it. The only reason there's so much money in the game right now is because it just keeps passing hands back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. This is going to take the money out of the game once and for all, and BioWare is going to be able to hit a big reset button on their economy, which is what they really need to do. So I think it's in their best interest to come out with 12, 13 new houses, and for them to be huge, and for them to cost a lot. And you might think, well, that's prohibitive to everybody else. Well, if a house on Hutta is super cheap, at least a starter house on Ord Mantell is super cheap, or whatever, then that's where you can have a house, and that's the way it goes. Like if you start a new character on Hutta, and as a part of starting your new character, before you leave, they're like, by the way, here's a little 1-bedroom little hut palace, the beginnings of a hut palace or something, so you can have a hut palace on Hutta. Nothing wrong with that. People can get their housing started. Anyway, that's it, I guess. I'll do one of these every single time they announce a new house trailer, Galactic Stronghold trailer, and I'll just do the frame by frame as best I can. Thanks for watching. Talk to you guys later. Bye.